All right, guys. Well, welcome in this morning. I apologize if y'all hear some background noise. It is raining cats and dogs over here right now. So hopefully we don't have any interruptions in the internet and stuff like that. But yeah, it is really coming down. How's everything going in San Antonio, Dan? Happy birthday, Daniel. Hey, by the
Thank
way, Jesse and
you.
Armando, today is Daniel's 22nd birthday.
Yeah, 39 last year in my 30s. So
Awesome.
it's all
Congratulations,
good.
man. Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How y'all doing?
Oh, everything's going good. Everything's going good. How's it going, Armando? Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How's it
Sorry.
going? So thank you all for tuning in. Just want to get, have a couple conversations, get the week off to a good start, and we want to be rolling out these meetings. That way, people can come together. We can talk about what's going on. So, who wants to start? Who's had a couple wins? Let's go. Any wins this week? What's going on? What's the latest? Anything going well? Anyone want to jump in? Go for it.
Go ahead.
Armando, did your plumber show up?
Yeah.
That's a win, right?
Yeah, that's the win. He did show up. He's almost done. But not 100%. But that's what happens when you go the cheaper route. You kind of get what you paid for. And that's kind of what happened. He's a new kid. He's like 22. And he took like 2 weeks to finish something that should have taken like 2 days. But at least it's almost done.
But it's getting done. That's good,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's getting done.
Yeah, so Daniel and Jesse, so Armando is actually building a house for himself. So he's
Cool.
building a personal house, and he was telling us some of the obstacles that he's been running into, and but when are you thinking completion date coming up, Armando? What do you think?
Um, Couple of weeks.
Hopefully, right? Couple
Right.
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah. It's just now that the plumber's pretty much done, it's just paint now, really, to be honest.
Cool.
As soon as that's done, it's good. Housewarming party. Everybody's
Yeah,
invited.
yeah, yeah. Excellent, excellent. So Daniel, what's been going on with you? How's everything going with in San Antonio? How's work? How's business? How's family? How's everything?
Everything's going well. Just got a home under contract yesterday, so that's going well, and got some other folks on a search up to $500,000. So they've already marked a few interested, so we're gonna schedule some time to go take a look at those. And getting ready to close on my investment property later this week, or what is it, early next week. Um, so just trying to get my LLC together. A little late on that, but I think we're gonna be able to close on the investment property LLC in time. And then just the kids, the kids keep us busy. We just got back from Fredericksburg over the weekend. We had a blast, went with my mom and dad, and it's always a good time, just you got to just unplug here and there, and then you come back refreshed and ready to tackle more. I think that's really important. Sometimes we feel like we're machines. You always got to be producing and making calls, but sometimes you just got to step away. And I can't tell you how many calls I got while I was over there. So that's what they say. If you need business, just get out of town, figure out a way to go somewhere.
Go on vacation.
Yeah,
You'll get leads once you go on
exactly.
vacation.
I mean, I was putting together offers in our little rental over there. So, but anyway, things are going well, and I feel like there's some good momentum going on. So, how about you guys?
Oh, everything's going well. Have a listing getting ready to go live in Harlingen. Going to be driving over there today. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I still got to go over there. It's raining pretty bad, but hopefully it lets up. I have an appointment at noon, so going to go drop off the sign, drop off the lockbox. The seller's going to be there. They're finishing up some repairs, so we're going to go do that this afternoon. So that'll be a nice house. They're doing some nice renovation, and so yeah, that's going well. Jesse, what's going on with you, man? How's everything?
Good so far, having a good morning. Dropping off the kids. Of course, it is raining over here. Thank God it stopped. But yeah, it rained a lot this morning.
Yeah, so Jesse, I was telling my brother about your little ones. How old are your little ones?
3 and 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Daniel's little ones are the same age. So Daniel has a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old also. So I'm sure y'all can identify, having little ones running around. I'm sure it changes the dynamic
Right.
of everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
And
very cool.
how's everything going, Jesse, with business and starting with EXP, and how's everything rolling for you?
Good. It's going slow, but getting there. They're transitioning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there's a little bit, a little bit of a transition. We want to try to make it as smooth as we can for you. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Let us know what we can do to help get everything set up for you. So
Where's
cool.
the
Any other wins? There was just one thing I wanted to go over real quick, but Josie has some information she wanted to share with you guys, so we'll go ahead and turn it over to her. We'll go over some buyer scripts and everything to help you out with your online leads, and then we'll get on about our day and get out there and have a powerful day. So I'm going to turn it over to Josie. She has some announcements. Go for it.
Awesome. So July 1st, not only is it Daniel's birthday, but it's also a big day for EXP because we have some programs that have rolled out today. You may have seen from EXP for the past, month or two, CRM of choice is now live. So if you are unfamiliar with CRM of choice, EXP is now offering its agents the choice of 3 CRMs to utilize for their business. So you can either utilize Bold Trail, which used to be KV Core. So it's the same platform as KV Core. It's just a new name for Bold Trail. You can also choose between Lofty, which was Chime. I've heard tremendous things about Lofty before. And then we also have Close with a Z. So depending on your business needs and what kind of jives best with your business, EXP is offering you the opportunity to choose one of 3 CRMs. It's already included in your $85 tech fee. So all you have to do to opt into any one of those is you are going to go onto your Okta dashboard. So if you do not have that bookmarked, I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat so you can bookmark it. This is your business dashboard. It has all of our software systems in it. You do need your EXP email address and password to log in. You'll see Lofty, Bold Trail, and Close now on your tiles. And you can go ahead and just go select your CRM of choice. If you don't select CRM by the end of August, then you're going to be defaulted into Bold Trail. So they're just going to keep you at Bold Trail. Right now, everybody is in Bold Trail unless they opt into another CRM. So just letting you know. Also, there's some trainings. You're probably like, well, I mean, like for myself, I've only used KV Core. I've never used Chime. Well, Lofty now. I've never used Close. So if you're kind of like me and you're like, well, these sound great, but I'm not very familiar with it, EXP has some amazing in-depth trainings on their YouTube. And then here is a link to all of their deep dives. They have YouTube trainings on all 3. So you can kind of see all of the opportunities for the CRMs and you can pick the one that's the best fit for you and your business. Also, another thing that's rolling out today is we are moving to Slack. So Workplace is no more. It will be there still as a museum of some sort. So you can kind of go back and log in and see past posts and past things. So you'll still have access to look at old posts and different newsletters and things like that, but you can no longer communicate on Workplace. We have now moved into Slack altogether. Everybody should have received an email from IT to set up their Slack account. And I created a YouTube video how you can go ahead and set that up. So I'm going to put that in the chat also. Super easy. You just click in the email. It's a step by step, and you set up on Slack. They have channels. I'm going to do a more in-depth video about channels later. And lastly, for our new agents or seasoned agents who just want a refresher, our next FastCAP cohort is starting on July 9th. It is a 6-week program. It sounds like it's super long, but honestly, it's only 1 hour a day for 3 days a week for 6 weeks. So if you have an hour of your day to donate to FastCap, I strongly, strongly encourage it. It's going to help build your business. It's going to give you all the tools to be successful as a self-entrepreneur, a business person, because this is a business. This is a business that you run. So please enroll in FastCap. You cannot, I always suggest, like, if you want to be successful in this business, then enroll in FastCap, you know. So here is a link to FastCap in the chat where you can enroll. It starts July 9th, next Wednesday, 6 weeks. All the questions and stuff are there. Good stuff.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. So we've been seeing the numbers roll out from the FastCap cohorts, and agents are showing a lot of success. I know Horacio had started it. His schedule was kind of prohibiting him. So, Horacio, hopefully you can get into this next group. I want to do it because it's a great refresher. We can always use some more leads. We can always get back to the basics. We can always go over the fundamentals because that's what's most important in this business. So, plus, if it's anything like Fast Attract, I am attending the Fast Attract right now. It gets you tracking your numbers, tracking your conversations in Sisu, which is a great software that EXP provides as well. So if you're not familiar with that, look into it. It's a great way to keep yourself accountable, keep your running partner accountable. So look into Sisu on your Okta dashboard as well. So cool. Horacio, how are you doing, man? Welcome into the meeting. Glad you could tune in. How are you
Hey,
guys doing? Are
sorry
you
I'm
all
late.
in full summer mode already?
Yeah. Sorry I'm late. Happy birthday, Daniel. But yeah, yeah.
Good,
Thank
good.
you, thank
And
you, thank you.
your wife Julia, she's off school. She's taking some time off now
She's
recently.
actually running some errands for Saturday, so I'm hoping she'll jump in. So
Cool,
if
man. Cool. How's everything going with
not,
you? Any good action? Any wins this past week? How's everything?
everything is steady. I have been starting to follow up with a lot of my database, and just trying to go as hard as I can. I am going to be joining that fast cap. Um, I'm still I'm still getting the information from the first one. So I am trying, trying to go as trying to read along and all that, trying to see what I can pick up and all, but that's the plan. Hopefully I'm able to do that one. I'm still trying to learn the whole programs and log into here and do that, so I'm trying to get that going as well. So, but everything
Cool.
is good. Everything is good and excited and ready to go 100%. So.
Good, good, good. Well, just remember if you have any questions or if you're having problems logging into your systems or anything like that, please let us know. But there's also the IT department inside EXP World, which is the cloud office. They can help you if you need to get stuff re-logged in or if you need to get stuff re-authenticated or whatever it is. Y'all don't hesitate to jump into the cloud office. They have every department in there that you might need. So use them as a resource and use us as a resource as well. But be sure to if you have a question, let it be made known, and we can help you get to where you need to go if we can't help you ourselves. Cool. So cool. So with that being said, I want to just have these meetings, not last too long, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes. With that being said, I just want to roll into a training that I just put out, and I'm putting it out to our group only because I want us to feel comfortable with lead gen, with online lead gen especially, right? Everyone's online. If you're not online, you got to be online. Our clientele is online, leads are online, and when things come in, if someone's inquiring about something, or if you put out a post advertising a property and you get someone responding, I want to just go through a couple quick scripts and a new lead follow-up system that I've started putting into practice and providing for everybody. So let's go ahead and jump in. If y'all haven't seen the video, I'm just gonna do a really quick run through on it, and this is gonna show you guys how to turn your online leads from click to client. So let me go ahead and share my screen here, and we're gonna jump in. Can y'all see my screen? Good. All right, cool. So when we're talking about online leads, and some of y'all that we're working on these online leads, we're working on them together. If you want to get in on the lead rotation, let us know whether you're generating leads for yourself, which we have a lot of great programs like Making It Rain. If you want to do some online marketing with Zillow, with Realtor.com, with Certa Leads, with anything like that. What's that one with Up City, something like that. When you're talking about these online leads, speed is everything. It's not the best agent, it's not the most experienced agent, it's not the most decorated agent. It's about who gets there first. So anytime you talk to these customers, because they're not your client yet, we want to turn them into our client. As soon as you talk to them, if they've talked to someone else, they'll say, "Oh no, it's okay. I already talked to somebody." You could try to convince them, try to give them every reason why you would be a better resource for them. They say, "Well, you probably should have called me sooner because I already talked to someone and I already set the appointment." So with these kind of leads, these are cold leads. All they need is someone to help them. Speed is everything. So here's the script, guys. This is a script that was provided to us many, many years ago, and Daniel can attest to this. Josie's can attest to this. They know this script up and down. They've heard me say this script 1,000 times. Daniel has said this script 1,000 times. Agents that we've coached with, we would practice this script up and down. So when we're talking about this script, it's been tried, it's been proven, and it's a tried and true script. So take this script in the chat, and I'll have Josie. Josie, if you can put the link to the video, to this video, if you can put it in the chat. In the video description, there's actually a link to the Google Doc, so you can download this script, print it out, and also with lead tracker is going to be available as well. So let's just run through this script real quick. Whenever an inquiry comes in, again, speed is everything. So you jump right in. You say, "Hey, I'm just calling you back about the property at 123 Main Street. I got your message on Realtor.com. Would you like to see that one?" The phrase "would" is very important. There's some psychology involved in that because "would" has a different connotation than "do you want to see it?" or "when would you want to see it?" or "are you available to go see it?" When you say "would," it kind of prompts them because, of course, they would like to see it. That's why they click the button. That's why they click through, talk to agent, whatever the prompt was. So we want them to start saying yes. We want to get them in the habit and in the framework of saying yes. So these first lines need to be done in this order. So keep these the same every single time, because the other thing, "I'm just calling you back." When you say "I'm just calling you back," it infers that they're the ones that requested this. We're not calling them out of thin air. We're calling them because they inquired. Okay. And then you tell them where you got their message. So the rest can go in whatever order, depending on where the conversation takes you. Okay. What is your story? What is your situation? When would you like to see it? Do you have time to see more than one? Always ask if they can see more than one, because that shows that you're not tied to that one specific property, right? Daniel and Josie, Armando, everyone can attest. These people most times think we're the listing agent, but we're not. We have to remind them we are top buyers agents in the area, and we can show them any house. So remind them there.
One thing I want to throw in there, it's always good to show more than one, maybe even two, three, or four. And I'll tell you why, because then they'll have something to compare. If they just see one, they don't want to do anything because they're like, "I don't know what else is out there." But if they see two or three, now they've got something in their mind. Well, that first one was much nicer than the other two.
EXP
I
Realty.
should probably move on it. So there's
That's
a lot
true.
of psychology with seeing more than one home.
That's true.
And it only takes an extra 20, 30 minutes. Just figure out a way to show them at least two or three when you meet them. So
Yeah,
go ahead now.
that's a good point. That's a good point. So, and if they only want to see one, that's okay. Use that first house as a springboard. You know, the objective is to get in front of them, get in front of them, get in front of them. We never, you'll notice here in the script, we're not really talking about financing. We're not talking about anything like that. The objective is just to get in front of them. So the rest, we just kind of flow with the conversation, however it leads. I'm going to make your life a million times easier. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to pull you a detailed list of all the homes that have what you're looking for. It'll be a lot more accurate than what's on the internet. I'll keep your list updated every single day. And then you go into it. How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms do you need? What area of town? What's your max budget? Are there any must have items? Then you just let them know. I'm going to pull that list for you now. And really, the faster you can pull that list for them, the better. I've had people where I'm actually on the phone with them. I'm pulling a list. And right before we get off the phone, they already have the list in their email. And what happens at that point? They see the list and say, "Oh my God, that was fast. You already sent me a list." They say, "Well, yeah, I'm old school like that. You know, I want to get you the information quickly because again, speed is everything." So I'm going to pull that list for you now. When you get it, the homes that jump off the page that you'd like to see on Saturday at 4 o'clock, whatever time you're going to go, Mark is interested in the system and we'll go see them all at once. Easy as pie. Super cool. Keep it casual. I look forward to meeting with you guys. This is going to be a lot of fun because really shopping for homes is the fun part. We want them to know that we're going to have a good time. We're going to see homes and it's going to be a great experience. So if they don't answer, leave a voicemail. Follow this script word for word. What I do with this voicemail, I keep it in my phone. I keep the voicemail, I keep the text message, and I keep the email in my phone. So if I need to refer back to it, I can. I keep it in my notes section. Okay. I'm just calling you back about the home at 123 Main Street. I got your message on realtor.com. Give me a call back at your convenience. My number is 956-434-1575. Again, that's 956-434-1575. My name is Alan Lozano. I look forward to hearing from you. Hope you have a great day. So the psychology again here, repeat the number twice. Repeat the number twice because that gets them in that framework. They hear it again. They're going to say, okay, well, I should call him back. I should call him back. It's all about a lot of psychology here. So right after you leave a voicemail, immediately send a text message. Hey, Joe, I just left you a voicemail regarding 123 Main Street. I got your message on realtor.com. Would you like to see that home? And then put your name. So immediately call, voicemail, text message, and then email them immediately after that. This is speed to lead. We're talking about touch points. Email them immediately. Here's the subject line. Keep this in your notes section so you can refer back to it and just copy and paste. I left you a voicemail, text regarding 123 Main Street. Then put your name. Here's the body. I never know if email is best. I got your message on realtor.com about this property. Would you like to check it out? So the reason you say I never know if email is best, you don't want them to think that you're pestering them. So you want it to sound like, hey, I didn't know if email was better than text or better than voicemail. So you kind of take the edge off there, but you hit them with that email immediately. So the fortune is in the follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. And here's a pro tip. If they don't answer on the first call them again immediately. How many times have you guys been in a situation where you get a phone call, you don't answer it, and then that number calls back again? You say, oh my gosh, this must be important. Let me answer it. So pro tip, if they don't answer on the first, leave a message and immediately call again. Now here's what I've included as a resource for you guys. Here's a lead tracker. And you'll notice it goes from day 0 all the way to day 10. So it's actually 11 days. This is 11 days of follow-up. Again, these leads are cold leads. We don't know them. They don't know us. We need to show our value. So we can't give up. This is all about consistency and follow-up. So you'll notice the first day, put the date, write their name on top, right where you got the lead, write the date. You're going to call them twice. You're going to text them twice. You're going to voicemail and email. That's on the first day. So print this out and put a little check mark. Okay, hey, I called the first time. Hey, I called the second time. Hey, I sent them one text. I sent them two texts, voice. Keep track of what you're doing. The next day, same thing again. You're going to call them, text them, voicemail, email. Now you'll notice on day 2, you're not going to call them. You're just going to text them. And if you're not calling them, you're not leaving a voicemail, but you're still going to email them and so on and so forth. Follow this because this will keep your mind fresh. You won't have to say, did I call him? Did I not call him? Should I call him again? You say, okay, I'm on day 4. I haven't heard from him still. Let me send him a text and I'm going to send him an email. So keep that follow up going. Print this out front and back, 1 page per lead. That way you can refer back to it, say, hey, I called them, they didn't answer. And you know what? Hopefully they do answer. Leave a note, keep yourself in the loop because we do what we're reminded of in our checklist. It's so hard in real estate because we have so much on our mind. You know, everyone with children and families and everything, there's so much to keep together. So keep notes to help you keep organized. Because here's the truth, guys. 26 touches, 7 calls, 9 texts, 6 emails, 4 voicemails. I talk to so many agents all the time. I say, hey, what's going on with this lead? Oh, I called them and they didn't answer. How many times did you call them? Once, twice, 3 times? It's not enough. It's not enough. We make a joke about it, but it's somewhat true. We call them until they buy or until they die. And it's a little bit of a joke, but it's kind of true. We're going to keep calling. We're going to keep calling. Think about the people that are advertising to you. How many emails do you get about products? How many text messages, phone calls, everything about products? These are the professionals. We're professionals. So we need to follow up the same. If you still don't reach out, don't give up. Still don't give up. Put their contact in your database, add them to your weekly email, and put them in your CRM to follow up with you. So here's the stats, guys. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. So we tell people all the time, it's not about the number of leads you have. Sometimes it's the consistency. How often have you been checking in with them? 25% make a second contact and stop. 12% only make 3 and stop. And only 10% make more than 3 contacts. We just talked about we have 26 touches here. So we're going to get this lead and we're going to do our best to get it, no matter what. So when do the sales happen? 2% on the first contact. Daniel will tell you, Josie will tell you. Sometimes we get lucky. Sometimes we make a sale right off the bat. But how many times is it 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, a month, 2 months, 4 months, 6 months later? It takes time. These are relationships that we're building. 2% on the first, 3% on the second, 5%. The point is 80% of sales made on the 5th to 12th contact. We have to be super, super intentional and super consistent because 95% of people will give up when things get hard. Believe me, when you're calling the same person over and over again, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to keep up with it, to keep informed, to keep writing notes. But that's when things get hard. The 5% who keep pushing, those are the ones that succeed. So be the 5%. You know, we want everybody to succeed. These online leads, this is where our customers are. So if you want to start taking out Facebook ads, taking out Google ads, doing some Zillow, doing some OpCity, doing some Making It Rain, you know, subscribing to Certa Leads, whatever it is, this is the same system. It can help you with these online leads, but take these scripts, internalize them, and use them for your sphere as well. You know, don't limit it to only online. This is a bit tailored to online because that's about speed. But the more that you practice your scripting, the better off y'all are going to be. Do y'all have any questions? Anything I can help clarify for you guys?
I just want to say, if you're the agent, because all of these stats, they're all science driven, like they're proven, they're science proven. You know, people don't necessarily respond until you get to like touches 6 through 12 and beyond, you know? So if you're the agent that's only calling or reaching out twice, you're leaving money on the table. You know, you have to keep pressing, keep sending the text messages without being pushy. Like you want to be like, if you don't answer me, I'm gonna, cancel you on Facebook or something. But you just have to still be persistent. So don't be the agent that leaves money on the table. Keep reaching out until they tell you like, hey, leave me alone. If they tell you leave you alone, then that's something. If not, keep going.
Yeah, so I just have a quick story that I wanted to throw in here. So one of my good friends from school uh, was a former Marine, got out of the Marine Corps and went into selling life insurance product, disability insurance, life insurance. And I knew that he had gotten into the business and he was going through his training and that's sales as well. So he started calling me, and I said, "Hey man, what's going on?" He said, "Hey, I just got into this business and I'm looking to build my clientele. I'd love to sit down and talk with you. Who do you know that I can talk to? I'd love to sit down and talk with you." I said, "Hey man, that's cool. Congratulations. I'm good right now, but thanks for calling." So a couple of days would go by, he'd call me again. A couple of days, he'd call me again. He'd send me text messages, send me emails. He'd call again. I'd see his number pop up. I said, "Oh man, he's really like pushing it. Like this is dedication." And he kept on, "Hey man, what's going on?" "No, nothing's really changed. Yeah, I'm good right now. Um, I have some other stuff going on with another advisor. Hey, that's cool, man. Hey, just wanted to check in, let me know." I said, "Okay, cool." So he'd call again. He'd invite me to lunch, invite me to go to coffee. I wouldn't be able to make it. So I kept on, kept on. And I told Daniel this story, and I think Daniel called me and he said, "Where are you?" I said, "Dude," and this was months later. And I said, "Dude, you'll never believe it. My friend's name's Cameron." I said, "I'm in Cameron's office signing paperwork for a policy." Because after all that time, after all those months, after all those calls, the follow-ups, the everything, I eventually became one of his clients. And that's that I didn't have any intention to. I really had zero intention to be quite honest. But I did it because the time was right. At that particular time, the time was right. And I said, "You know what? Let me take a look at it." I took a look at it. It made sense. It seemed like it was going to be a good fit for me. So I ended up, and now, truth be told, all these years later, I transferred all of my products to him, all of them. And it was because of the follow up, the follow up, the follow up. So I learned a lot from him and his company, from everything that he was going through. His training ended up paying off because now all of my policies are with him. And now I refer everybody that I know to him. So, with all that being said, does anyone have any questions, any comments? Go for it.
Yeah, I just want to throw in one more thing. So Alan and I, our last brokerage, that's where we really learned the ins and outs of online leads because our broker actually was spending about 30 or 40,000 a month on leads, but he was selling 360 homes a year. He almost sold a home a day. He was showing 3 or 4 clients a day and closing on a home a day. Think about that for a second. So that's when Alan and I really looked at each other and said, "Hey, we don't have that much money to be investing in online leads, but let's do something." So we started off with a few $100 a month. That grew to 1,000 a month, and since then it's grown, a little more than that. But my point is, don't discount online leads because, truth be told, Alan and I would not have a business without it. And you have your sphere of influence, but you know your cousin's only going to buy a home once or twice in his life. Let's be real. So, and all the 200 people in your sphere are probably only going to buy you know every couple decades. So we have to be putting the line out there. You have to be putting the line out there where buyers are. and the buyers are on Zillow at 3 in the morning, clicking view this property. So we have to be there. That's what we learned from our previous broker. And that's one of the most valuable things that we ever learned. So we want to share that with y'all. Don't be afraid to invest in getting leads outside of your sphere of influence because and we have our hands in a lot of different buckets. We have online, we have our sphere, we have Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, family. We're getting calls, from random places, but you need to have that artery open, the artery of getting a random call here and there to go show a home. So it's going to help supplement your business. And it's not mandatory, but just letting you know, I think it's good to have that going along the way.
And I know that it's a challenge. I remember when Daniel and I first decided to invest, we didn't have we didn't have anything. We had I didn't even know how we were going to make the payment for the leads. And that said we were only paying a couple $100 a month and we were scared. We were scared. But you have to, this is just like any other business. You have to invest in your business. So even if you have one closing, two closings, even if you're working a job and you have a little bit extra, invest it in your business, reinvest it in yourself and back into your business. And then the snowball will start. So that was one of our biggest things. We started small because that's all we had, and we were nervous. We were scared, and that really forced us to get better, forced us to practice our scripts, forced us to get in front of people. And now we're in that habit. When a call comes in, we go immediately. The answer, if it's not yes, it's I'll find someone for you right now that can go right now, not tomorrow, not 2 days later, not this weekend, right now. And even if they're not in town, say, well, we'll go shoot a video tour for you. I'll go shoot a video tour for you. I'll have it uploaded to YouTube and it'll be in your inbox this afternoon. It's about that speed. And it reminds me of this quote. Let me see. Hopefully I don't mess it up. The quote is, it's easier to turn a client into a friend than it is to turn a friend into a client. You know what I mean? Because when you're out there talking to your friends and all you're doing is you're in their ear saying, when are you going to buy or sell? When are you going to buy or sell? Who do you know? They might not be your friend anymore.
And then
I'm
you
not,
see,
I'm not saying they're
and
not.
then you see a photo of them at a closing table holding a key with another agent, and
I
it's like,
know. And
fuck,
then it,
man.
That's the worst.
and then it hurts you right in the heart, man. You say, man, what happened? But anyway, it's going to happen, guys. Y'all know this. Every agent out there, they know other realtors. It's just the way it is. But that's why it's so important to be out there, be on your socials, be in front of people, shoot the videos, put the content out. And guys, real quick, I just want to put one more nugget out there. A lot of people say, well, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to do. Guys, when I'm out in the world, wherever I'm at, I am constantly thinking about what I can share. How can I turn this into a little snippet? How can I turn this into a photo share? How can I turn this into a story? I'm constantly thinking about that. And for me, it's a lot of fun because I enjoy it. I enjoy taking the photos. I enjoy shooting a little video clip. So make it fun. And the other thing, don't make it all about real estate. It can't be all about real estate. Social media is supposed to be social. People want to see what you're doing for fun. You're doing with your kids. You're going out to a new restaurant. You're trying a coffee place. You're going to the batting cages. Whatever you're doing, they want to see that you're doing fun stuff. It's so funny. We go out there and people were like, "Hey, I saw that you went to that coffee shop there." And it's like, yeah, and it's cool. It really breaks the ice. So put yourself out there. Don't be a secret agent. Get in front of where the people are, and then you'll notice that Horacio, those people, they won't be there with another agent. They'll be there with you because they see that you're out there. They see you're having fun. They see you're mixing it up, and they're going to want to work with someone that they're going to have a good time with. So they want to see you having a good time because they want to have a good time. No one wants to go through a miserable real estate experience. But going back to it, it's easier to turn a client into a friend because those are the people that are actively looking. Yes, people out there, they have people that they'll refer to you, of course. But we want to be there. We want to be the car salesman that's on the lot. When the people walk through the door and they say, "No, I'm just looking." If you're on the lot, you're looking to buy. Period. I don't care what they say. If you're on the lot, you're looking to buy. If not right then, soon thereafter. So keep that in mind. Anything else to add, guys? Any other comments? Any other uh, nuggets of wisdom before we call it a day?
Yeah, I have a horror story for you
Go
guys.
for it.
So, one of my work colleagues when I worked at the nonprofit, he called me like 5 years ago, and he's like, "Hey, are you still a realtor?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still a realtor." We met, and at the end, he wasn't ready. Okay, fine. So every year I would check in on him, and then recently he called me on a Thursday, and my daughter, 3-year-old, was having a tantrum. I couldn't answer. Friday, Saturday, Sunday was Mother's Day. I called him on Monday. I'm like, "Hey man, sorry I missed your call." He's like, "Oh yeah, well you didn't answer, so I called your broker, my previous brokerage. Somebody answered and he came by, and and he's a part-time pastor. He's like, Jesus, but in Spanish, primeramente Dios, God. And pues he came over and I already gave him my word, and he's running numbers for me. And I'm like, bro, I've waited 5 years for you to tell me you're ready. Like one day he told me, "Yeah, come by and take photos of my house." I'm like, and then he's like, "No, no, you know what? We're not ready. We need to clean. Okay, fine." 5 years later, and I missed this call. My bad for not calling him sooner. But Jesus Christ, like, give me a break, bro. He signed. He listed with some guy who answered the phone at my previous brokerage. So more, and then he was always like a mentor to me in my previous job, right? Because he knows a lot about construction. The last lesson that he taught me was answer your fucking phone. And thank you. I learned that lesson the hard way, and I'm gonna take that one as lesson learned. So yeah,
Dude,
it's
You
about
know what, Armando?
Oh man,
It
that hurts.
happens,
what's
and
that?
it happens, Armando. And I showed one of my clients a home for 7 years or something like that.
Oh my
At
God.
least at least a couple homes a year for like 5 or 6 years. It must have been. And she was always dragging her feet. And then I messaged her one day, "Hey, this home has your name all over it." And she was like, "Oh, I'm living in my home right now." So it happens, man.
Yeah.
People don't care. And that's that I treated her right. I felt like we hit it off. She would call me randomly to go see homes, and then, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
And it,
part of
it
it.
goes back to what Alan said about like the friendship and the thing. It works both ways. Just because they're your friend doesn't mean that they're gonna remember that you're a realtor, and
Yeah,
that they'll use you. You know what I mean? You always got to stay on top of mind all the time,
yeah,
even if you think they're your friend. So yeah, man.
exactly.
wow, man, that's a gut wrencher. Daniel likes to call them barfers, right? Just
Yeah, it's a barfer. It's
makes
a
you want to
barfer.
barf, you know?
Yeah.
It's one of those where it makes you question, am I in the right line of business? And I'm like, yeah, it's all right. It's whatever. Lesson learned.
I don't think I would want to barf. I think I'd want to kick his ass, to be
Yeah, yeah,
honest.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And he's an old timer. He's like, "Oh, you know me, my word is my word." And I already told him he can come by. And I'm like, "Dude, but I've been waiting for you." He's like, "No, I know, but you didn't answer." And pues, ni modo.
Wow, man.
All right.
Fail.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Y'all good to go?
I mean, it's kind of hard to top that.
I know, yeah. That's a
That
mic
was a
drop right
that
there.
was a story 5 years in the making.
Yeah.
Well, cool guys. Well, thank y'all so much for taking time out of your day. Um, remind everyone if y'all run across them or on the groups, we're doing this meeting every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, same Zoom link. All the information's on the flyer. I think Josie has one more thing to add, and then we'll go ahead and get out there and have a powerful day. Go for it, Josie.
So sorry, so sorry. Okay, I'm going to put a form in the chat. So this is our training request form. So we have started this Google form here. So if there are any training topics that you want us to cover, if you kind of want a refresher on things or anything like that, just go ahead and fill out this Google form. All you have to do is put in your email address so we know to contact you, we know who it is, we can reach out to you, get more info. And all you need to put in is a training topic you'd like more information about, you'd like to see us cover in these meetings. We can make some videos for you. So we can make some YouTube videos, build up the library. We want to be able to add to our value stack. So if there's anything you see, put it in the form, anything you want to learn more about, any other feedback you might want to give, please use the form. So go to the form, bookmark it, and we check it all the time. So if there's anything, just let us know.
Thank you.
I actually have one question. It's off topic, but
Yeah.
I had a client text me yesterday. I sold him a property, or he bought a property, I want to say December of last year. And he's asking me, he's having trouble. Obviously, it was a brand new construction, so it came with a 1 year warranty. But he's having trouble with the builder. The builder keeps saying, I'll go by and fix it, and he never does. So he was kind of asking me, hey, what options do I have? I said, let me find out, and I'll get back to you. But this is the first time I've ever experienced anything like that. Do y'all have any recommendations?
Well,
Who's the builder?
let's ask the builder. Yeah, Armando, go for it.
Who's
The
the builder, if you don't mind me asking?
I can't remember the name of the company. Um, Let me see.
I've run into this one time before, and really the only and I'm sure Armando has more information, but the only recommendation that I could have here or that I could think of is to refer back. Hopefully, you guys got some warranty information, from the builder. For example, I'm sure Armando does this too, but the builders that I work with, even if they're independent builders, I always request an outline or a scope of what their warranty includes. And sometimes it'll be, pretty detailed. It'll have a scope of what they'll cover, their time frames, their expectations, all that other kind of stuff. It'll have all their information for the warranty company that'll be actually assisting them with the warranty. So I don't know if you have any paperwork that outlines any of that information, um, or if maybe it's in the
No, it
closing
was just
packet.
basically what we put in the contract itself.
Okay.
Um, that it came with a 12-month warranty. I don't think it went into detail and all that. The builders Govel Home.
Okay, no, I'm not familiar with them.
Okay.
So most likely they're not, big or established. And did you go through a listing agent, or is it just you?
Listing agent. Yeah, we got a
Uh,
listing agent.
when I ran into this problem, I contacted the listing agent, and if it's FHA, FHA requires a 1 year warranty. So you could even like take a screenshot of the FHA documents and be like, you're required to fix this. Contact the listing agent and CC the builder, and be like, my client needs this fixed. You know, you're in breach of contract. Try to sound more official to kind of hopefully scare them
Okay.
into doing what they need to do.
Okay. All right.
Because a lot of times they won't listen to the client, but they might listen to the agent because they know
Yeah,
that.
because I mean we have them on contract. So that's one
Yeah,
thing that I did notify my client. I said, well, the good news is everything that we're asking for, it's on the paper, like it's on the contract. So
yeah,
it was just figuring out what would be the best route to kind of like not start any fires. But okay, I think that sounds very reasonable.
cool.
And the other thing, Horacio, don't hesitate to involve broker support. Okay, so if it's something that you need, even if it's an older file, or even if it's a file that you know you were with another brokerage, that's okay. go to the broker support and see what their recommendation is, because they might
Gotcha.
have some better avenues. They might have letterhead that you can use. They might have something that you can submit to kind of try to spark some action on behalf of your client. So I would pop into the Texas broker room, let them know what's going on, give them a time frame. They'll probably want to look at your paperwork, and then they'll be able to advise you a little bit better. You just want to make sure that you don't get caught with your hand in the cookie jar saying, "Hey, per the contract and all this other kind of stuff." Yes, I know it's per the contract, but you never want, especially if you involve the listing agent, you don't want them to start saying, well, now you're acting in a legal
Like an
manner.
attorney, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Because
that's where I was hesitant.
yeah, because then your story can get real cloudy real fast. Okay, so
Exactly. Okay.
you
Yeah.
always want to be cognizant of that. Understand that we do have a team behind us that can help enforce stuff like that. Utilize that team, utilize the broker team, see what they say. But yeah, I would reach out to the listing agent first, see if you can make any headway there. If not, don't hesitate to bring in some
Yeah,
authority.
usually the listing agent, since they work for the builder, they'll kind of like have their interest in heart, like, hey man, like, do the right thing here. We want to keep selling your home, stuff like that. That usually goes
Yeah.
along.
Gotcha. And he's a really cool listing. I mean, he's been in the business for a long time, that listing agent. He's a really cool guy. So I don't see him honestly kind of going against it. But I just wanted to make sure before doing anything. So
Yeah.
Roger
For sh-
that.
for sure. And it's one of those conversations, it's a hard conversation too. We don't know what the issue is with the house, right? So, you know, is it something that's covered under warranty? And unfortunately, I find, sometimes we have to have the conversation with these people and they say, "Well, my dishwasher broke," and it doesn't have to be a new construction, it can be anything. My dishwasher broke, or I have a problem with the roof or something. And the reality is, yeah, you can try to get a home warranty company to fix it, but as one of my mentors taught me a long time ago, sometimes the conversation really is, welcome to home ownership. I mean, this kind of stuff is going to happen, and they look
Yeah.
to us as the realtor, like, what are you going to do about it? I said, I don't know. What are you going to do? I can't do anything
Yeah.
about it. I sold you the house 2 years ago. What do you mean? I don't know. I can't do anything. So, but we always want to try to be a resource. So try your best, of course. We always try our best to help people after the deal and everything like that. But we kind of got to look at the context as well. What's the issue? How long has it been going on? So is it something that the builder is responsible for? We don't know. So take a look at that and take all those variables into account.
And if you ever come across that you do need broker assistance on it, in the chat, I put the directionals on EXP World. So you just go to
Yes.
exp.world and then just follow the prompts, and it'll lead you straight to the Texas room. And there'll be like a little button that says, I have a question at the top. Just click it, select broker assistance, and a broker can help you right away.
Perfect. Okay.
Cool, guys. Anything else? Anything else to add? Jesse, everything good? Did y'all pick up some nuggets today? Hopefully. Good stuff. All right. I love the Armando story, man. I'm gonna be thinking about that story. 5 years in the making. Miss
I think
one
about
phone
it every
call.
day, bro. I think about it every day.
I don't think he wants to think about it. I don't think Armando wants to think about it at all.
It haunts me at least once a day. I'll think about it. Like, damn.
Oh man.
That's hilarious. Well,
Every time your phone rings,
I know. Well,
triggered.
I
thank you
gotta
guys.
answer. I gotta answer. All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all have a great rest of your week. Happy birthday, Daniel. Enjoy the
Thank
rest of
you.
your day.
Happy birthday, Daniel.
And if we don't
Thanks,
see y'all
Stephanie.
before, we will see y'all next Tuesday. Spread the word. Tune into the Familia page. We're trying to update that regularly with good stuff. So keep in tune with us. Call us if y'all have any questions. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Later.